WCBI News at 10 starts now.
The partial government shutdown is over, but it's still not quite business as usual just yet. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Quentin Smith. President Trump has reached a tentative deal with Congress to end the shutdown. The temporary spending move provides a window for border negotiations to continue, and it also allows thousands of federal workers to get paid. CBS's Mola Lingi has the latest.
President Trump endorsed a short-term plan to reopen the government until February 15th.
I will make sure that all employees receive their back pay very quickly.
Today's tentative agreement does not contain money for the president's long-sought border wall.
This is an opportunity for all parties to work together.
The president says he could still declare a national emergency if Democrats don't come to the table.
If we don't get a fair deal from Congress, the government will either shut down on February 15th again, or I will use the powers afforded to me under the laws and the Constitution of the United States to address this emergency.
The president, along with lawmakers on both sides, came under increased pressure to reach a deal as the effects of the shutdown rippled across the country. On Friday, multiple airports experienced delays due to a shortage of air traffic controllers.
It's sad, though, that it's taken this long to come to an obvious conclusion.
The ayes do have it. The motion is agreed to.
Late today, the Senate passed the continuing resolution.
The only way the federal workers are going to have stability and certainty beyond the next 3 weeks is if Democrats will stop playing partisan games and get serious about negotiating with the president.
The measure then passed the House before going to President Trump's desk. Mola Lingi, CBS News, the White House.
President Trump had delayed his scheduled State of the Union address until after the partial government shutdown is over. However, at this time, it's still not clear when it'll be delivered. Well, the government may have reopened, but paychecks aren't hitting the bank just yet. So until they do, the Columbus Lounge Chamber of Commerce and the West Point Chamber of Commerce are partnering together to help TSA workers at the Golden Triangle Regional Airport. The organizations are collecting gift cards to buy meals, groceries, gas, and other essentials. Organizers say they understand the strain that the shutdown has caused federal workers and their families, and they say this is just one way to lend a helping hand.
It's so important to help out our TSA workers because they are sacrificing time and energy and resources to make sure that we make it on our flights safe and sound, that business development and growth still continues, and we're able to make our flights and be safe while doing so, and they're doing it with no pay. So we just want to appreciate them.
Now, if you would like to make a donation, you can drop off your gift cards at the Columbus or West Point Chamber of Commerce locations, as well as the Golden Triangle Regional Airport. It's been 2 days since the Columbus man was last seen by his family members. Now they're asking for the public's help to find him. On your screen is 20-year-old David No. Family members say he left home at midnight on Tuesday with someone who goes to the Mississippi University for Women, and he hasn't been seen or heard from ever since. The 20-year-old is described as a white male with brown hair and brown eyes. He weighs 150 pounds and has the letter C tattooed on his arm. He also has a tattoo of a tiger on his back. Now, family members say they were not able to get a good look at the car that he was picked up in on Tuesday. If you have any information on No's whereabouts, you're asked to contact the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department. The student that former Columbus High School choir director Michael Jackson targeted as a potential child sex victim is now suing Jackson and the Columbus School District. Now, the victim, who is now an adult, filed a 12-count claim against Jackson and the district, saying not enough was done to investigate Jackson and protect the student when the first claims of improper sexual advances were made. The suit also says the school district harassed both the victim and his family because they filed a criminal complaint instead of letting the school district investigate these claims. Jackson is currently serving a 7-year prison sentence on those child exploitation charges. The Noxubee County Chancery Clerk is repaying thousands of dollars. Mary Washington was ordered to repay tax money spent for county use. The state auditor issued the demand this past September. In December, Washington paid $19,735 to the Noxubee County Board of Supervisors. The auditor's office confirmed the payment from the investigation and said more money should be issued soon. The illegal charitable donations to churches took place from January 2010 until December 2012. A man accused of dealing in funny money is accused of stealing a dead person's identity. On your screen is Timothy Scott Mackin. He was charged on December 21st with possession of over $9,000 in counterfeit money and payroll checks. Now the Boonville Police Department says Mackin is accused of stealing the identity of a dead woman in Corinth and using lines of credit. He faces similar charges in Alcorn County. He's being held without bond. Well, it is now time to turn our attention over to weather. Meteorologist Jacob Riley is standing by with a first look at our forecast. Jacob.
Hey there, Quentin. It's downright cold out there right now. We are mostly clear, have a few high clouds beginning to move in across northern portions of our area. This weak system moving out of North Arkansas is headed on over to North Mississippi. We could see a few snow flurries or a few sprinkles of rain fall out of this, but while it moves through the overnight hours tonight, Futurecast picking up on those isolated showers and flurries as we go through the overnight hours tonight. We will warm back into the upper and middle 40s tomorrow, upper 50s, lower 60s on Monday. However, that cold does return for Tuesday. I'll have more on that coming up a little later in the show, Quentin.
Thanks so much, Jacob. When it comes to finding a place to settle down when you retire, there are a number of options right here in the Magnolia State. In fact, a recent report shows that Columbus is the #5 best place to retire in Mississippi. Our Cash Matlock finds out what makes the small town so attractive to recent retirees.
Well, I definitely think we should be in the top 10, or we probably should be #1. And the reasons would be affordability, the assets that we have here.
Nancy Carpenter, the CEO of Visit Columbus, is talking about the recent report that lists Columbus as one of the top 10 places to retire in Mississippi. She says a key thing people look for when retiring is access to health care.
But I think the affordability and the access to hospitals and quality physicians here in Columbus is really second to none.
Carpenter says a lot of the retirement population in Columbus stems from the military.
As far as being a retiree from the military, you would have access to Columbus Air Force Base, and then there are other amenities on the base that you would have access to as well.
Dixie Butler is a resident of Columbus and moved here with her husband almost 50 years ago.
He died in 2003, and I just didn't want to leave Columbus. Columbus is such a wonderful place. I'd rather live here, even though I don't have any family here.
Dixie and her husband restored one of the oldest houses in Columbus, the Temple Heights Mansion.
I enjoy being involved in activities that I think are helping to make the town better.
And she says the retirement ranking couldn't be more fitting.
Well, I think that's a wonderful honor for our town, and I think it's well deserved, and I hope that will get even more nice people to move here. I just love Columbus.
That was our Cash Matlock reporting there. Now, that recent report, it was made by smartasset.com, and they also listed Amory as the #2 best place to retire. Boonville came in 4th place, New Albany came in 8th place, and Tupelo came in 9th place.
Well, we'll be just a smidge bit warmer there on Saturday, high of 49. We're going to see more clouds tomorrow. The warmer weather is headed our way, but not for long. Colder temperatures do return. I'll have more on that coming up a little later after the break. Stick with us.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Riley.
Well, good Friday night. That sunshine was ample across our area today. Taking a look at your Alpha Insurance time-lapse camera here at Durham's Pharmacy in Vernon, you see that sun set on the horizon. Not a cloud in the sky. We have seen a few clouds make their way across northern portions of our area tonight. We have this system moving out of North Arkansas over into North Mississippi. We could squeeze out a few snow flurries or sprinkles of rain across our northern counties as well as we go throughout the rest of the overnight hours. However, no impacts are expected out of this system. The reason that we're only going to see a few and not a whole lot of snowflakes tonight is because our dew points are so low. They're so far away from our temperatures. That means that we do have some drier air in the atmosphere. So once that snowflake falls down, it does evaporate. So most of them will evaporate before they make it to the ground. But kind of timing that out for you on Futurecast, you can see those isolated bands of snow flurries and rain showers move across northern portions of our area through the overnight hours and early morning hours on Sunday. We're going to keep those clouds around for Saturday as well. Highs there in the middle to upper 40s across the area, a little bit warmer than what we saw today. Now, all eyes are on next week as we go from Monday night into early Tuesday morning. We are going to see a system move across the entire WCBI viewing area that could bring us some accumulating snow. Now, just how much snow we could see is not certain just yet, but we're going to keep an eye on it for you. Right now, we're really concerned about the black ice that could develop late Tuesday night across the entire region on into Wednesday morning. So as of now, it looks like we could have some travel hazards for the entire area as we go throughout Tuesday and Wednesday morning. But tonight it's going to be cold, dropping down to 29 degrees. Broken clouds out there with a snow shower or two possible. Then for Saturday, we're going to warm up to the lower 40s. Those winds are going to shift to the southwest, bringing in some more moist air, getting us a little warmer. But here it is, Saturday, middle 50s southern locations, upper 40s northern locations. So a pretty chilly day once again is in store for us across the area. Now, the next couple of days, we're going to be warm on Monday, 61. That cold front moves through, only a high of 32 degrees there on Tuesday, and that's whenever our next chance of snow moves into the forecast. Here on Monday night, that precipitation moves in, starts off as rain. You'll notice it moved through, though, and quickly turned over to snow. Now, this particular model has been a little bit drier, so it's not showing much in terms of snow out there, but we are going to keep an eye on it to let you know just how much snow we can expect. We'll have a better idea of that later in the weekend, but your high there on Tuesday is only 30 degrees.
The return of a favorite exhibit at Mississippi's Ag Museum is beginning to take shape. We check in on the progress when we come back. Welcome back. Recovery from a devastating fire in 2014 is finally coming full circle at the Ag and Forestry Museum. Courtney Ann Jackson was there this morning as ground was broken for new exhibits.
1, 2, 3.
This is one groundbreaking that isn't just about what's to come, but what once stood here.
Today we have an opportunity to celebrate beauty from ashes and a brand new beginning.
You may remember these aerial views of the Mississippi Ag and Forestry Museum on November 13th, 2014. The fire started just before 5 that evening inside a petting barn that housed animals. After hours of fighting the fire in windy conditions, the children's barnyard, a vet clinic, and maintenance shop were all total losses. Now, Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith was Ag Commissioner at that time.
I said God was up there blowing the wind away from this building right there because it didn't get it.
But the cleanup and recovery has been a lengthy process.
We, for the first time in a really long time, see the light at the end of the tunnel.
They've already started building a new equipment barn, and this children's barn and multi-purpose building will soon take shape.
The goal of what we're trying to do is the same goal that we started with 40 years ago. That's to cultivate an appreciation for the past, the present, and certainly the future of Mississippi's agriculture and forestry industries.
Agriculture Commissioner Andy Gibson says it will also have a tourism impact.
Last year, even in the absence of the animals, we had 144,000 people come right here through these grounds. We expect to double that with the return of the animals and the barn to the Ag Museum.
The costs to rebuild are covered by insurance money from that 2014 fire, and construction is expected to be complete by October.
I'm working on a building. I'm working on a building for my Lord, for my Lord.
Courtney Ann Jackson, WCBI News.
We're getting closer to playoff basketball at the high school level. Every win matters. Highlights from Okolona and Shannon coming up next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel.
Another opportunity for Mississippi State to bolster its resume. The Bulldogs welcome ranked Auburn to town tomorrow. The Tigers, known for their three-point shooting. Bruce Pearl's squad is shooting almost half of their shots in total in conference play from beyond the arc. Bulldogs head coach Ben Howland is also worried about two other stats when facing Auburn.
Two things that stand out statistically with them. One is they're the #1 offensive rebounding team efficiency-wise. They get back like literally 38% of their missed shots. It's some just crazy number that's amazing. And they also force a lot of turnovers, so they do a good job of pressuring and getting after you, and they have a very high turnover efficiency rate as well.
Auburn tied for 4th in the country in turnovers force, forcing opponents into 19 a game. So big Saturday slate, super Saturday indeed. Top 25 matchups all over the place in the state of Mississippi. Iowa State travels to Ole Miss to take on the Rebels. Tip-off at 11 a.m. on ESPN as part of the SEC Big 12 Challenge. And then the nightcap, Auburn at Mississippi State. 7:30 p.m. That game will be on the SEC Network. And, of course, Sunday, Ole Miss traveling to take on Mississippi State in Starkville on the women's side for the first time this year. The Bulldogs have won 9 straight in that rivalry. To high school hoops, the Shannon Red Raiders hosting division rival Pontotoc. Early first quarter, Ty Ward had some nice soft touch from the short corner for the jumper. Gets it to go. Cortland Armstrong from the corner drains the triple. Back and forth we go early on. Warriors extend their lead thanks to Rock Robinson. He's going to bank one off the back glass. Nice corral there, able to finish inside. And then a beautiful pass inside from Kentorius Pulliam feeds Ward inside for 2. Now Pulliam is going to take it all to the rack himself. A 1-point ball game early on, but Cade Armstrong is going to drive. Nice take right to the cup for 2. Pontotoc gets the win 69-53. Then on the ladies' side, it would just be Pontotoc's night tonight, just making life difficult for Shannon. Pontotoc up by 30 here, but Amber McCoy with the steal goes all the way coast to coast for the bucket. It's extending that big lead in final corner. Shannon's Yasmin ties, banks off the glass, trying to cut into that deficit, but Olivia Gray answers. Nice take, high off the glass for 2. And then late fourth quarter, Lady Raiders still battling. Elena McDowell for 3. That one shot from Verona tickles the twine and gets all 3 of those. But Pontotoc races to an 83-52 W. Okolona hosting Boonville, the dominant Chieftains. Man, they've been playing some good basketball, hosting another good team in Boonville. Good take inside. That's Mac Chenault inside for 2. Bulldogs had the first 2 on the board. And Chieftains turn. Great steal by Jacorius Stanfield. The man balls on the football field and the hardwood. Okolona answers with an 8-0 run. And then second quarter, Chieftains up by 16. Devils working though in transition. Billy Johnson fights his way for 2. Trying to keep it rolling. Caleb Guy. Beautiful Euro step for the cup. That's a pretty finish. Okolona just way too much to handle though. Cole McGrath gets the triple to go. They beat the Blue Devils 81-60. To the ladies, Boonville taking on Okolona. Red hot start for the Blue Devils. Kinsley Murphy from the corner for 3. Boonville continuing to ball. Kristen Reagan fights her way inside. It's a nice finish for 2. It's 5-zip early on, but then the Blue Devils would score 7 unanswered. Chieftains trying to fight their way back. Jakalia Ivy finds Kia Green, gets the 2 points off the board for 2. And then back come the Chieftains, battling here, trying to keep it close. Ariel Talley ties the ball game up at 11. This game would be all Boonville. Murphy not cooling off, corner shot. Another corner 3 for the Lady Blue Devils. They get the win 64-30. Ole Miss baseball back to work. Their first of 2 inter-squad scrimmages. Go to our website, WCBI.com, to hear more from head coach Mike Bianco. That's it for sports. Last look at your weather is next.
Finally tonight, if you're planning a wedding, you need to be in Columbus on Saturday. The 26th annual WCBI Bridal Showcase is taking over the Trotter Convention Center on both floors. Any bride or groom will tell you that the right dress really can make the day. Kay's Creations in Tupelo has been delivering those dresses for decades, and not just for the brides, but also for the bridesmaids and mothers of the brides as well. You can sample their collections tomorrow. Kay's Creations will also showcase their dresses and tuxes at the fashion show. Store manager Margaret Long says the bridal showcase is a lot of work, but also has many benefits.
It actually gives us a chance to meet with people in the public who do not know about Kay's Creations. Even though we have been here for over 30 years, we still get customers periodically that do not know about us. So it gives us a chance to meet with them, speak with them, tell them about our store and who we are.
Now, the WCBI Bridal Showcase is tomorrow at the Trotter Convention Center. Shows start at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. For more information, just visit our website at WCBI.com.
Well, here's a last look at your 7-day forecast, Quentin. We start off on a bit of a warming trend by Monday there. Highs in the lower 60s, 62. We're going to have a massive Arctic blast come in Monday night, though, into Tuesday morning. It's actually going to give way to some snow showers there on Tuesday. We are expecting snow accumulations, Quentin. Just not sure how much we're going to see just yet, but it's going to be bitter cold. Highs only 30 degrees for Tuesday.
Okay, so enjoy the weather this weekend because it's going to get cold.
Yes.
There you go. Have a good weekend, everyone.